So many of us don't have that much time to put on makeup in the morning, but it really doesn't have to take too long. So I'm going to show you that it doesn't have to take more than 10 minutes, and I actually did speed up a little some of the parts and cut out some parts just for your viewing pleasure, but you will see exactly how long it took for me. Towards the end, I will show you the timer. So I'm just applying some foundation in the center part of my face, a very thin layer, and I'm just trying out this Neutrogena one. I actually really do like this foundation. I think it looks really natural. And now to apply some concealer. We definitely need to brighten up some parts of our face and also cover up some blemishes. I have a pretty big pimple over there, so I definitely want to conceal that a little. And then just make sure to gently pat that in. I'm like looking down at the timer, just seeing how long I've taken so far. But you don't have to be too rushed. Just make sure to blend everything out nicely. And I'm simply just patting the concealer in so that it doesn't wipe away. And being very gentle around the pimple area. Now I am going to apply some blush to get some color back into my face, and I'm just using this cream stick, this blush stick, which I really like, and it looks bright there, but once you blend it out, it really gives you this pretty flush of color on your cheeks. Looks like you're glowing from within, and it just looks super natural. So just blend that out. It's just me being anal and blending it out even further. And then, if you do have oily skin, you definitely want to set your face with powder. I tend to get oily throughout the day, so I definitely want to set my face. And I'm just using a Blot powder. And I'm just stippling the powder on, so instead of wiping away, so I don't swipe anything away, especially the concealer. Also powdering my eyes before I apply the primer later on. Now I'm going to fill in my brows ever so lightly, just to give it more dimension, because sometimes when your brows are too thin or too sparse, it can actually make your eyes look more tired. So go ahead and fill those brows in, even just the lightest bit. It'll just help frame your face that much more. And to even soften it up, you could go through your brows with a spoolie. And then I'm going to prime my lids, because if you're wearing any kind of eyeshadow or eyeliner at all, go ahead and prime your lids. I'm just using the Decay primer potion. Make sure to smooth that out, because it does dry pretty quickly, and it can get streaky if your lids are dry. And now I'm going to use this cream shadow from Decay. This is going to give me more depth to the eyes, because it's a deeper color. If you don't need more dimension and depth to your eyes, you could probably just skip this step, but I like what it does for me. So I'm just patting that in, because if I swipe, it's going to remove it. So I'm just patting, 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 and then patting the edges too, so that there are no harsh lines. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to speed up this part, because you pretty much get the idea, right? It's real simple. It doesn't have to be too neat either. But do just round off the edges or get the shape that you want. Right, so we got that. Now I'm going to grab an eyeshadow. Just going to grab the taupe eyeshadow from this Wet n Wild palette. And then I'm just going to dab this on the lid, mostly like where the crease, or not the crease, beneath the crease, and mostly on the inner half of the lid, so that it contrasts with the rest of the color. There's more of that deepness on the outside and in the crease, but then there's that nice highlight on the lid. Okay, now I'm going to grab some black and a smudge brush, and I'm just going to dab this on the outer half of my upper lash line. This is going to help just lift the eyes a little bit and give it more shape and dimension. So I'm just dabbing that in. I don't have to be too neat with it. It's really simple. And then we are going to curl the lashes. Now I have to admit, I tend to be very particular about my lashes, and this is probably one of the steps that takes the longest for me. But if you already have naturally curly lashes, just curl them up a little bit. If you have 6 straight lashes, just depending on how curled up you want them, take however much time you need to, but I tend to like to take my time and make sure my lashes are nicely curled and standing upwards. Okay, now we are going to tightline using a black liner, and this keeps it really easy because you're less likely to be messy with it. Just look down into a mirror and then press the liner up into right where the lashes are. And that's going to give shape and dimension to your eyes without much effort at all. You don't have to deal with lining the upper lash line, which we all know can tend to be really messy, and it's not as easy to rush. So I'm going to let that dry because it's almost like a gel liner consistency before I apply the nude liner onto my waterline. And this is going to really just help open up and wake up the eyes, really brighten them up. Now I'm going to apply the mascara, of course. And I actually took my time with this part too. Since it's a new mascara, the formula is still pretty wet, so I don't want to be too fast with it or else it could be really messy. So just gently wiggling that into the lashes. Lashes are important to me, so I definitely like to take my time with this. And then I also apply it to the lower lashes because it's really going to help further open up my eyes. So you get the idea, as usual, and I'm just going to speed this part up again. Okay, now we are going to apply a lip color. Just apply whatever lip color you like. This is just kind of like a pinky, slightly peachy color, really light. And you pretty much could just be done here, but I decided to do a couple more finishing touches. You could skip this part, but I decided to highlight the inner corner. And then I had a little bit of mascara smudged on there, which wiped off right away. That wasn't an issue. But just highlighting the inner corner and also my brow bone right underneath the brows. Because it really makes a difference. Just the little subtle differences that, you would think would go unnoticed, but it just pulls the look together even more and really helps brighten up your face. So I am all done. As you can tell, that was an incredibly easy look. It didn't take long at all. And here I am just taking my time. And we decided to stop it at 9:30. But had I not, showed you guys each product, had I not been so anal with some of the blending, it probably would have taken no longer than 7 minutes. So 5 to 7 minutes at most. You could skip some steps. And that's it. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great one.